Alright. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No. Look at what you did to Joe.
Oh,
You caught him
Granby.
with the blast radius.
Granby. Oh,
Uh-oh.
he's here.
Uh. Uh.
Yeah. Trolled. I mean, you don't have to. It's fine, but...
Oh shit, I need to get my Google stuff open. Oh no! Google Drive. Fuck off, I'm not using Chrome. I like having RAM.
Yeah.
Something I need, and that Google Chrome uses.
Oh no. Okay. Alright, Balazar, are you here?
Yes. Every time I switch to push to talk, I kind of die, so.
Yeah, you don't have to. Brian has just said, ooch, 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 ouch, ouch.
Ouch. The fuck does that mean?
I don't know.
Ooch, 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 ouch. It sounds like a pained monkey. Oh no, I am being bothered.
Alright, Phileas Bonkoid is here. Let's see, Chester's been bonked.
I apologize, I was being gifted Sprite.
Oh,
And
good.
also I was being informed of my impending meal.
Dracos, are you here? Yes, you are the recorder. Granby, he's our new character. Yeah.
I'm here.
I'm not sure who Lucas is, but he's here. Yeah.
What's your character's name, Lucas?
My character's name is Donnie.
There we go. Big Dumbo.
Nice.
Brilliant.
So, you have all spent your... What?
I'm sorry, I just realized my profile picture is still Conrad Tim.
Yep. Been like that for so long.
I forgot.
Alright, so you have all spent your first night in Mortimer, and it's now bright and early as you all hear a knock at your door, telling you that it's about 9 o'clock. And let's see, let me find where. Yeah. I think we're on page 78. I'm trying to find where Brian put what people were in which room. I think I remember, but just to make sure. Oh well. Pretty sure it was...
I know Belisar, Bug, and Hugh were all in the same room.
Yeah. Huh. I'm not sure where he put them. Otter. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure where it is. That's so weird. I don't know what channel he put it in. Well, this is a good start. Where in the world did he put it? That's the entirety of Zungaliwa.
I found it.
Oh, you did?
Found it. Yeah. Room 6 was Otto, Ambrose, and Drogo. Room 12 was Hugh. Bug,
Can you reply to it so I can see?
Sure.
And so other people can see it.
It is in.
Oh, I just found it. Yeah,
Yep.
here it is. Okay.
Voo.
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 All right. So, Balzar, as you wake up, you find yourself completely alone in your room. Which is kind of strange, for sure.
Does Balasar see, like, say, Hugh's armor and stuff lying around, or does he see everyone else's personal belongings still lying around?
So you see that Bug didn't leave anything behind, and neither did Humorous. They seem to be just completely gone. They didn't leave anything behind.
Is the beds where Bug slept still disturbed, or has that been made?
You see that in Bug's like bed, there is a rather large kind of lump under the covers.
I'm going to pull the blanket up and look at what the large lump is.
You see the very familiar face of the sleeping Donnie.
What? Whistler?
Apparently he's in a very deep
Sleeping.
sleep. Yeah.
No, I'm still asleep.
Oh, okay.
Balasar pulls him out of the bed and drops him on the floor.
Ah.
Where's Bug? Where's Hugh? And give me one good reason not to break you in half.
Donnie, you know that you, at some point, the days previous, before the Oracle fight, that you, not knowing what you did, you found yourself in this beautiful tropical island, almost paradise. Hold on, I'm talking to Brian.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here's me sending Swiggity Swoker a motherfucking cloaker.
So, Donnie, it feels like you have been in that paradise for quite a while now, and you once again were going to bed in that paradise, and all of a sudden, you had this weird dream where it felt like you were almost falling in a almost endless void of just inky blackness, and you, out of the corner of your eye, you almost see Bug and Humorous falling, but going the other way past you, as if gravity was reversed for them. And you find yourself on the floor now, of a very unfamiliar room, with a very angry Balazar looking down at you.
Out of character, do I have my gun hands yet?
No.
Alright. Alright, and what did you say to me, Balazar? You just were angry at me because you didn't know where I've been?
Where is Bug? Where is Hugh? And give me one good reason not to break you in half.
I've been at my house. I don't know where Bug or any of your people
Hang on.
are.
First question, where have you been?
My house.
You were right behind us when we went to deal with the oracles, and then all of a sudden you were gone.
Yeah, I'm with you with this confusion, man.
Okay, nope. No, we're going to see the sorcerer about this. Come with me. And Balasar is going to open the door and walk over to Drogo's,
Okay.
Ambrose and Otto's room.
Yeah, you
hang on, just to make sure. Donnie is indeed following Balasar, right?
Yeah.
Okay, because otherwise I was going to have him go back and drag him.
Where is Ambrose? I'm sorry, I was...
room, yeah.
Okay.
So, Balzar and Donnie, excuse me, you go down the stairs and knock on room 6. And Drogos, you've been awake for a couple of hours as you kind of woke up in the middle of the night. But I assume you'd be the first to the door, as Ambrose and Otto are probably still snoozing.
We have a problem.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
First things first, Bug and Hugh are missing. On the other hand, guess who showed up? And Balasar is going to gesture towards Donnie.
What's up, Drogos?
Explain the magic nonsense that has transpired, I beg of you. Okay, we were going to kill the oracles. Donnie was right behind us. Donnie magically disappeared. Was gone for about a day.
It's been more than a day.
Has now come back. And also now Bug and Hugh are missing after he has returned. And he woke up in Bug's bed. Well, no, he woke up on the floor. I found him in Bug's bed. I may have thrown him on the ground.
It's been a long time. I think I was. It was in my bag.
Maybe
You know?
you just don't know the command word and you said it by accident.
I thought it was a single charge and he burnt through it. It should. I thought the idea was it wouldn't be able to be used more than once a week. So, no, how would it manage to send him back, but also pull Bug and Hugh into it, I guess? Do we pay you for?
Well, do you know how you got out, Donnie?
I was just sleeping in my bed, and then I woke up to your name's Ballsack, is it? What's your name?
I am Otto Billy.
No, the short, angry dwarf man. Balls, or what's his name?
Who?
No, he threw me on the guy that's leading me around, he threw me on the floor. Balazar, yes.
Balasar is going to bring himself up to his full height and stand over Donnie.
He's not gonna...
I look like a dwarf.
Looking down on Balazar because Donnie is taller than Balazar.
Yeah.
He is. How tall is he?
I'm 6 foot. 6 foot. Let me see. Actually, I'll put my sheet up.
I believe Donnie's very tall.
I made sure that he was gonna be taller than most people, but that'd be like realistic. Donnie is 6'3".
6'5".
Oh, really?
Yep.
All right, so
Battlestar
I'll
is
take
6'5" tall.
I'll take back the dwarf part. I thought that your class was a dwarf. I just remembered
No,
barbarian though.
Dragonborn.
All right.
I've always been Dragonborn. What?
Yeah. Okay. Damn. Really? Interesting. So anyway, what was the question?
Do I look like a dwarf?
You act like one, so
Is Ambrose awake by this point?
Oh yeah.
What is going on?
Guess who's back? And stop calling him that. That's stupid. Ugh.
Back again.
Ambrose just gonna look Donnie up and down. What's he look like?
Ani looks really relaxed. And he is in. Let me show you what he's in. One second. So Donnie looks really relaxed, and he is wearing this. Put it in D&D images.
And what are you wearing?
It's my homeware.
I think it looks rather nice. I congratulate you on your clothing.
Thank you, Ambrose.
Donnie,
Man of
it's
taste.
not a home. It is a plane. It is a different plane of existence. You cannot claim an entire plane of existence.
I do come from far away, balls.
His name is Bowser. I don't recommend pissing him off.
Okay.
I notoriously poorly.
Because if he did go rabid, we'd have to put him down, and I'm rather fond of him.
Oh, that would be sad, yes.
Balasar very slowly turns his head to face Ambrose.
Ambrose is just smiling and chuckling, like trying to get Bowser to get it's like a joke.
Was that a joke? No, I'm more so confused that it was Ambrose who made an actually decent joke.
I have my moments.
The
I'm also-
Jorgensens are known for their humor.
Are they? I thought they were
Not
known for
really.
Russian- I know.
More for murdering peasants and stuff, but
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought your big claim to fame was murdering the peasant rebellion.
That's kind of funny.
well, they kind of deserved it. But let's move on to my comedy. I'm quite funny now. I'm thinking about becoming a part-time bard.
Unfortunately,
Get it? Bard.
Unfortunately, Ambrose, we may have to move on very swiftly from your comedic exploits, because Donnie has no idea what the hell is going on.
Oh. He lives in a big cave underground.
You killed the oracles already?
Stop.
Where is the bird? What's the bird's guy's name again? Where's
Already spoke
Peterson?
to him. We slow down for a
Where am I? How far is that from Valunder?
A few miles.
Probably a 2 hours journey by gondola.
Okay. I have to get back there.
Later.
We're
things
going
to do
back
here.
in a day or two to
Okay.
we're getting stuff here, but don't worry, we're going back.
Alright.
Well, I am going to the library. I will see you gentlemen later. And Otto starts to walk in between the legs of like Balzar and Donnie. He just walks under them. Starts to walk down the hallway.
Ambrose walks behind him and is like, I guess I'm going with him too.
Same here. The library
Donnie,
is a decent
Are we
place
all
to
going
start.
to the library?
Donnie's gonna just say that he has to change out of the clothes he's in real quickly, and he's gonna start to take off his blue and gold jacket, and a bunch of these are gonna fall out of one of his pockets. And he's just gonna change back into his black attire. He's had to get something a little more appropriate as he's doing so.
Otto,
hold up.
Otto by this point is out of the building.
Balasar is still following.
We leave a breadcrumb trail.
It's a library. It can't be that hard to find.
I suppose. Hey, Otto, do you know where you're going?
I have a sense for knowledge and where to find it.
What?
Otto, we could just ask someone.
I'm going to be frank with you, Otto. I don't... Where does that expression come from? Frank. Otto, do you know that? Who is Frank, and why do people be frank with each other?
I believe there was a famous nobleman who lived long ago named Frank, and he was quite frank with people. So they named Frank after Frank.
Well, to be frank after frank with you, I don't believe in I don't believe in your knowledge finding ability. Maybe we should look at a map.
That is probably a great idea.
Alternatively, we could, again, just ask someone.
But talking to people is hard.
Fine. We'll go get the map.
You see Otto run up to a random dwarf who looks to be in some pretty, torn, sailor, torn sailor, uniform, and you just hear him say, do you know where we can find a map, mister? And you see, the dwarf kind of, look over his, shoulder, and kind of, look around confused, and then he looks down, and he says, what do you want? Pipsqueak? What'd you say? I was wondering where I could get a map of the city. Well, just down the street you can find I think there's a cartographer's that's set up down there. You can find one there. And he starts to walk off. And I've really been talking to myself a lot in Mortem Terror. I didn't even mean for that. That is probably the worst thing ever. I hate it. Anyways.
Yeah.
Well, just say talking to people was hard.
Yes. I am dying inside. Now, he pointed this way. And he starts to march down the street.
Did he indeed point
Donnie is caught up with us, right?
Yeah.
By this time, I'd say, yeah. We're still just kind of outside the tavern, so.
Cartographer. I do not. That was not the real me. I was on drugs.
No, you were upset that you got scammed into accepting a form of currency that was only accepted in one store.
I was not scammed.
The Jorgensens do have a long line of drug usage.
Oh, do you know this?
Otto, could we not talk about my family?
Ambrose, is this like a well-documented thing?
I mean, every family has their moment. Well, every Jorgensen has run a plantation.
Oh no. Joe, don't do this.
The first Jorgensen, when he became a knight, he set up a some sort of cane plantation. I'm not sure.
Please don't say cotton. Please don't say cotton. Please don't say cotton.
What's wrong with cotton, Belazar?
I'm not saying this in character, Joe.
Who is Joe?
Joe White.
Saying it.
After about a minute or two passes as you are discussing the Jorgensen family line, and pretty soon you see one of the shops on the right. You see that there's a kind of like giant, kind of like almost cartoon map on a big, almost like flagpole over the door. You see Otto point to and go, "I bet that's it, or maybe they just sell paper."
And my father, he runs a denner resin plantation.
As you guys walk in, it reminds you, Ambrose, of the previous one you're in. It's more of a almost like a art gallery of maps that you've never seen before. And
Hello. Hello.
oh, hello. You see this rather kind of raggedy old dwarf kind of step out behind a counter in the back. I'm Ragnar. It's nice to meet you.
Hello, Ragnar. Are you the procurer of maps?
I don't draw them, but I sure do sell them. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think we have a couple left. And he walks over to one of the walls and says, "Yep, well, it's usually about 10 gold, but we have really about just 3 left, including this one. There's a lot of visitors in the past couple days, so until we get more made, they're gonna be about 20 gold."
That's quite the markup. I'll give you 10 gold and a silver.
No,
but not 200% price.
It is 20 gold. Take it or leave it. Yes. Thank you very much. I'll get you a case for it too. Let me roll it up. You see him go behind the counter and get kind of this tubular kind of like map holder, and roll up the map, and he hands it to you, Drogos. Well, is anything else you need? You know where I'm at.
And though I'm the one that got scammed, right? Drogos, I do believe you just got scammed.
It's not a scam. We just increase the price when there's just a few left.
Double the price.
Yes, well, I mean,
Double.
well, it would be a big deal if it was 50 gold at base, but I mean, 10 gold to 20 gold isn't that much of a jump. Anyways, I won't argue about prices here. I hope you enjoy your stay in Mortemdur. I will send you the map. Let me get it real quick. That is VC1 Note 2. That is not Mortemdur. We'll put it in D&D images, and I will pin it. Sad.
Oh.
https://inkarcom/m/m/m/79050
dash stack.
And Joe moments.
Yeah. So, if you guys look at that, that is your new map.
Yeah, the fuck is he?
We can do that later.
No, I'm doing this right now.
It's not on there yet. I always add it afterwards.
Oh.
That's a lie.
Where is he? Where's Tavish McDougal?
Alright.
The Destiny character?
No.
What?
Oh.
So, no, it's Mortemdur. Anyways, you're all standing outside the shop now, looking at your shiny new map. Well, there's no library, but I would assume it's in the holy and specialty sector.
Okay, but
Can you explain the sectors to us, please?
I have never been here. I don't know.
I was trying to talk to the door.
Oh, I thought you guys already walked out.
Oh.
Yeah. You can walk back in if you want.
Nah.
Okay.
Are there any rivers near me?
You see there is quite a large one down the street, and you see the bridge that you crossed, like, last night.
I think we're in this green part right over here. Maybe by the 7?
And Otto points away from the river, and from over the top of some buildings you can see what looks to be about half of a stone dwarf and a part of a horse head above the building. Yep.
It says over here the Underdark Museum, but we're looking for the library.
For right now, yes. It's probably under 8. Holy and specialty sector.
We should take a right at the horse.
Yes. Ooh, the Ellipse Exchange. What a fancy name. So, you guys start to walk towards the big horse. And you see it's the center kind of market area is very similar to Volunder's, but it's almost like more of how you saw it during the festival with kind of tents all over the place. with the kind of more permanent shops seem to be actually set in stone on the kind of outside of this big ellipse. But sure enough, you guys take a right, and you see the kind of tiny shops of the place you're in start to get larger and larger as you make your way more north. And soon enough, you come to quite a large building with kind of this fancy, like, red roof and multiple entrances on the sides with these like, kind of, like, engraved like marble stairs going up. And you see that it does say library in common. And there is also some dwarvish text underneath it as well.
Anyone here speak dwarf? Tell us what it says.
Do it. Do it. It could
I'm
be
curious. I wonder what it
ancient
says.
warning. Alright. It takes a second or two for the spell to kick in, but you understand pretty immediately after this time period that it says library in Dwarvish. Oh.
Well, I could read that. I want to know what the dwarf says. I know it says library. It says library in common. What does it say in dwarf? Oh.
The ancient warning. No, it's just sometimes libraries can be dangerous.
Usually people are dangerous to the books, Otto.
Well, there's usually, like, creepy old wizard men in there.
I believe that's called a church, Otto.
No, wizards have to read somewhere. That's how they get their knowledge.
Otto, if we go to a church, don't let the old wizard men touch you.
Okay.
Wow.
I will set them on fire.
Good.
And wow. Alright, as you walk in, you see that there's a bunch of tables and chairs with these very very tall bookshelves that go all the way to the, like, ceiling, and the entire building is in this kind of like connected, almost like rectangular shape with a large courtyard in the middle. Just for reference, it is the building to the right of the large 8 on the map that has the red roof.
That says library.
It does not say library on it, on the map.
It does, though. I can see it right there in front of me.
What?
Is the building to the right of the 8 the one that says library on?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought you meant it said library on the map. I was like, oh, my brain died. And you see, Otto looks very excited, and he says, "Welp, I'll start looking. I scribbled down what that map looks like, so I can look, and you can look too, Balazar."
Understood.
Ambrose is gonna go to the religious section and look for books on Boris Susi.
Okay. Go ahead and make a investigation check. Okay. Yeah.
Donnie wants to go find like recipes, like find dinner recipes.
Okay, go ahead and make an investigation check too. Ambrose, you quickly find yourself, you're not sure what these books are, but they're pretty interesting. They have very weird titles, and they seem to all be in common. You pick up one, and it says, Tusk Love.
Oh.
What does Tusk Love mean? Is that a Dwarvish saying?
Yeah, go ahead. You're pretty sure it's some sort of like romantic novel that probably involves some sort of creature that has a tusk.
What does it mean? Ambrose gonna open the book and flip through it.
Alright. You see it's mostly composed of dialogue. You see that the chapter names are all some sort of tusk pun. And seems to be some sort of pretty spicy romantic novel.
Ambrose will quickly put it back.
Okay.
Where's the religious section? Horses.
Donnie, you pretty quickly find, what looks to be sort of like a home cooking kind of, section. And, what exactly are you looking for?
Really fancy dinners like steak and seafood and I guess actually isn't seafood like poor people food actually? Yes, I'm looking for like steak and like pork and like
Yeah.
rich food.
So, you find a book that seems to be pretty recent, if you had to guess.
Mhm.
And it is titled, Top 10 Recipes of the Dwarven Capital.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You
Ambrose,
open it and it's a YouTube link.
Oh no.
What do you want me to do?
Go ahead and make another investigation check for me. Yeah. Go ahead and roll it with advantage. You quickly find yourself, you see the books around you are very colorful, and you think that this is probably where they keep the religious books.
I'm gonna look for an orange book that says 4cc.
Alright. Looking through, you do find a book called The Rays of Borasisi. And as you pull it out and look at the kind of front cover, you see this kind of cartoony drawing of a halfling little girl, kind of dressed in, seems to be like rain gear, stomping in a puddle as the sun in the background seems to be evaporating most of the like water on the ground.
Ambrose, with no regard to who's watching, is going to take out a pen and start scribbling out the text.
Drogos, you see him start to flip through what is basically a a children's book. And it's like a Dr. Seuss-esque kind of book about how Borasisi and the sun kind of continue the like water cycle and how everything kind of is influenced by the sun.
Ambrose isn't going to say anything. And he's going to put it back when he's done.
Well,
Balazar, go ahead and make a investigation check with advantage. Because Otto started to go off on his own, but he kind of came back to you.
okay. Balasar is looking for any books on hostile things they might find in the Underdark.
Okay. Go ahead and make a investigation check with advantage. Oh.
You were saying?
You find a book entitled the Races and Monsters of the Underdark.
Balasar is going to start flipping through the pages looking for anything humanoid. Specifically, he's keeping an eye out for mind flayers and anything similar.
Looking through, the first thing you see is a section on it almost looks like just like a jumble of just like letters pushed together, but in your mind you think it's probably pronounced like Siphonebolins. And as you start to kind of read that, you get an idea that they're somewhat of a mostly friendly gnome society that lives primarily in the Underdark.
Okay, Balasar is going to make a mental note of that.
Flipping to the next page, you see an entire about 5 pages on it seems to be talking about some sort of like plant life and like fungus, but you see that in the sketches that they're called myconids. You see that they seem to be some sort of like hostile living fungus. Flipping past that, you see a section called the two main races, and you see under it says the Drow and the Duragar. As you read more about this, you kind of get the idea that you should probably... It says that most explorers that kind of go into the Underdark either are killed by Duragar, which are some sort of almost dark dwarf that supposedly in legends were basically lost travelers that got absorbed by the deepest monsters and somehow turned into these kind of almost monsters themselves. It goes on to read about the Drow, which are also commonly known as dark elves that are sometimes seen above ground living among other elves, especially in the city of Elsmira. But you do see that they primarily are extremely hostile and racist against most other races, and are known for their what historians like to call the billion gold piece slavery market.
Balasar is going to put the book down, and he's already got some he feels he already has some familiarity with the Duergar, because he's pretty sure that's what Brok's Revenant was supposed to be, from the way the book described them. But he doesn't know what a drow is, so he's going to look for any books about them.
Okay. As you see in the same book, there's a subsection that talks about them more. Talks about how in the early days of Mortem Dur, before they were big enough to fend off pretty much any major threat to them, that almost a weekly basis there would be like raids from the Underdark of the Drow, capturing what seemed to be just random people and dragging them back down into the Underdark. And there were tales of the then king of the city sending his best warriors down there, only for them to be enslaved as well. You also read about how that they almost attack in just a very intense and surprising almost wave of usually swords and makeshift incendiary bombs. And you know that they are pretty much wherever there's a opening into the Underdark, there have been problems about them.
Are there any symbols associated in this section of the book with these drow raiding parties?
You don't see any sort of like markings or insignia for any of these like races or monsters, but you do see kind of rough sketches of them. You also see a part at near the end of the book. This book isn't super large; it's probably about like 50 pages. But towards the end, you do see a tab entitled "Undiscovered Areas" that kind of catches your eye. As you read deeper, it's theorized that the terrifying monsters known as beholders and aboliths and troglodytes are known to kind of live in the deepest, kind of darkest part of the Underdark that researchers have nicknamed the Deepest Dark.
Balasar is going to put the book away, and he's going to look for a more in-depth book about the Drow, because the concept of an organized fighting force being down in the Underdark terrifies him.
Okay. Let's cut to someone else. Ambrose, go ahead and make another investigation check with advantage. Yeah. You finally find there's quite a large sign that says religious matters and the pantheons.
Ambrose is going to look for the Holy Book of Borasisi and anything resembling like the Dark Lords of Bible.
Okay. You take about 10 minutes of looking. You see that most of the books are about Artundus, the god of stone, but you do find the Holy Book of Borasisi. And you also find nothing about the Dark Lord.
Ambrose takes the book, and he opens it to the first page and like starts dripping like his ink well onto it.
Um. Can you make a sleight of hand check, Ambrose? As the first droplet hits the first page, immediately from behind you, you hear, "Hey, what are you doing?" And as you kind of glance behind you, you see what looks to be some sort of, looks to be a dragonborn with almost these, like, jet black, like, scales that, seems to be about the same, size as, Drogos, but also as wide as Balazar.
I'm just cleaning up your library.
You seem to be dripping ink on that book.
I believe you mean this garbage.
Look, we get a lot of problems with the conflicting religions, okay? But you gotta keep in mind that there are other people very devoted to all of them, so keep them in mind too.
Ambrose is just gonna nod and open the book and pull out pages. And just like,
Alright. And can you make a like strength check for me? Okay. You feel a big meaty grasp around the back of your neck, and all of a sudden you feel your feet are no longer touching the ground, and that you are moving. And
I can
keep it-
pay for it if you wish.
and no words as he just continues to march towards the door. So, who do you even worship anyways? Why do you hate Borsisi so much? So much that you would ruin the great work of a writer. Ruin the information that anyone could get. What's the religion check?
He's just asking the Dark Lord what he was doing. I added text behind it, but it didn't work out.
Oh.
It's like, should I hit this man?
You hear in your head, he will destroy you. Just get kicked out. I'll make sure he dies later.
My worship is none of your business.
Fair enough. And soon enough you feel him grab the kind of like the back of your belt and just tosses you out onto the street.
Am I still holding the book?
No, he quickly grabbed it from you as soon as he picked you up. And you see him as the doors are closing, just rubbing his hands together, and he says, "Good riddance."
Might I ask your name?
Nope. And he walks away. As he walks past you, Drogos, he just looks at you and says, some people, so stuck up in their ways. Yeah. Well, enjoy your reading. And he kind of goes on. Donnie, what were you looking for next again? I'm sorry, I completely forgot. Donnie McDumbo? Dumbo. Donnie. Hello. Donnie. Lucas
He-
Monroe. Hello.
He went to go make eggs.
Let's see. I'll say that he kind of is holding on to that book.
And like,
Oh, hello, hello. We heard you for a second.
And dead again.
Yeah.
Yep.
No. We shall wait for him to fix whatever's going on. But Balzar, what were you looking for?
Balasar was looking for a book that goes more in depth
Oh, just
on
on
the drow,
drow.
because he's concerned about the idea that they are heavily organized.
Hmm. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me with advantage because Otto's still kind of helping you through all these big words.
Hang on.
Okay.
Let me redo that.
Oh yeah, just do it one more time. Yeah.
What are you doing?
God.
You find a book about beholders, but that's really the closest thing. Oh no.
Ooh.
And Drogos, it doesn't take you very long.
can you guys
see-
hear me?
Oh
Yeah.
yes, we can.
Hi.
Hi. So what do you want to do with that book, Donnie? Do you want to like look through it, or
Yeah, I want to look through it.
it seems to be mostly like meat-based meals. Mostly like steak. Mostly like very fancy kind of meals that have like goat and horse meat.
Interesting.
And they all seem pretty good. You think
Cool.
probably if you've got all the ingredients that the description and some of them have instructions that you could probably make these if you had a proper place to like a kitchen or something like it.
Interesting. Am I allowed to keep this book, or is that illegal? Is that theft?
I mean, you saw a desk when you walked in.
Alright, I'll go to the desk.
All right. You see a large, black scaled, like extremely large dragonborn behind the desk. It seems like he has, he's currently in some sort of book right now. You see his very tiny, like readers on.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll go.
Oh, hey. Do you want to buy that book?
How much is it?
Let me see. It's one of the cooking ones, right?
Yes.
Let's see. For that one, that's gonna be about 20 gold.
20 gold.
Mm-hmm.
It will not be being purchased today.
All right then. You can also, well, rent the book for half the price, but know that you'll have to pay double the price if it's damaged.
Will not rent this book in spite of your absurd price.
All right. And he goes back to his book. Yeah.
Balasar is convinced he's just fucking blind, and so he's going to go look for, like, a clerk or something
Okay.
to help him find a book on drow.
Mm-hmm. Pretty soon you find a very large black-scaled dragonborn, and you kind of walk up to him, and he kind of looks at you as you like walk up, and he says, "Hey, You need help finding something?
I need a book on drow organization in the Underdark.
Well, you were definitely in the right place, and he kind of like walks past you, and he kind of leads you and Otto back to the place where you were looking at before, and he says, "Oh, yeah, let's see, top shelf should be right here. It's not a very detailed book, but here it is. You could probably read it right here if you really wanted to. It's not very long." And he kind of hands you this book, and it says, "History of the Drow."
Thank you, friend.
Mm-hmm. He starts to walk
Balazar is
off.
going to open the book.
Okay. How long does that spell last? Hour? No, it's still going. I'd say it's probably been about like 30 minutes. So, yeah. And Balazar. You and Otto start to kind of go through this book, and you kind of get the idea that the Drow were at some point in history, though a very, very long time ago, still just part of the the normal kind of elven culture, but but at some point they ventured down into or at least a small group of them ventured down, and after about just a week, they came back up, and their skin was a completely different color, and they wanted to take more researchers down there. And after a while, they started their own sort of society, and now they are known for their raiding and like slavery kind of business. Yeah.
Once again, Balastar is looking for perhaps insignias or anything about how they organize these raiding parties.
So you see that again in this one, it's not called this for obvious reasons, but they most people call it a drow rush, where they almost form a uh, like net across the city as they just sweep through wherever they are raiding, and it seems like they take pretty. They take people all the way from just like newborns to children to very healthy people to sick people to the elderly. It seems the people they take are extremely random. And basically, you do eventually start to find out that the Drow themselves are not split into any sort of nations. It seems like while the Underdark kind of spans the entire planet, they have cities at every part of the globe. They are under one ruler, it seems, though no researchers or explorers have ever met this or heard the name of this ruler and have come back up to the surface.
Is there any mention of what happens to towns that put up too much resistance for the Drow to
Um,
deal with?
you do hear about how like when Mortem Dur started to actually become large enough to have their own kind of guard and military that that um, uh, they started to attack less and less, and uh, a very long time ago they stopped altogether. But this one also seems to be quite recent, for it seems that it says in recent years though there have been known to the Drow have been known to start doing this again near Mortem Dur.
Hmm. No, sorry, we'll put the book away.
Okay. As you start to put the book away, you do see at the head of a chapter about their culture and ideologies. You do see what looks to be some sort of some sort of uh, insignia that is a shield with these kind of like shattered blades kind of behind this skull that you've looking at. You're not sure what creature it could have come from, but it kind of dawns on you in this moment that this insignia is very familiar.
Star is going to drop one of his hands down and untie the banner from his sword hilt.
Okay. You see Otto flips to the page in one of his books of the kind of sketch he did, and he goes, "Well, I guess we found the answer."
Balasar picks the book up and walks over to the desk.
Okay.
How much?
He kind of squints his eyes not at the book, but at you, and he goes, "For you, it's free."
That's
I can see that look in your eyes, and I know what that book is about. We bear the same burden, I'm afraid.
where are you from, friend?
Hmm. I'm I'm from, well, there's a thank you, Jeff. There is there's a island off the coast of Warham. That's where I'm from.
Monus.
Hmm. I I frequent the museum over by the mouth of the river, and well, there's openings to the Underdark in both of those locations. Hmm. I guess it probably doesn't mean much, but I'm sorry. I've been through the same thing.
I'm sorry. Balasar will take the book and walk out the door.
All right. There, you see Ambrose looks kind of mad. I'm assuming
Yeah.
he's just kind of standing outside the doors at the bottom of the stairs.
What did
Otto.
you do, Ambrose?
I didn't do anything.
We have a problem.
What problem?
Balasar is going to flip the book open to the page with the insignia, hold that up in one hand, and the ruined banner in another.
Do we have people to kill?
5 years. I've been chasing the army that flew this banner for 5 years.
Do you know where they are?
Well,
Same place we're going.
Balzar, I think what you're doing is noble, but I mean, the book said that the Underdark and the Drow Empire spans, well, the entire world. We're pretty strong, but I don't think we're that strong.
Find them. I don't know if that will. Yeah.
Oh, I can do that too. And all of a sudden, Otto's right hand catches on fire. Oh.
Ambrose starts thinking of stuff that makes him angry, trying to make his hands catch on fire.
What exactly do you think of, Ambrose?
The guy that threw him out.
As soon as you start thinking about that, you all see this kind of bluish green, like a yellowish kind of green flame just, like almost just, explode around, Ambrose's hands, and they are just on fire. The, like, flames go, like, all the way up past his head.
Ambrose puts his hand, like, in the middle of, like, all three. And he's like, to what we hate most. Come on, put your hand in.
Sar will also put his hand in.
As soon as you guys do that, you're basically putting your hand in fire. And Balzar, as you kind of get near Drogus's hand, it's hot, but it doesn't hurt. And as soon as you get near Ambrose's hand, you feel almost like it's definitely heat, but it feels like the heat is almost only in, like, your veins. You look down and you see that your veins are almost, like, kind of, like, popping out of your, like, hand, and that, like, it feels like the blood inside of those veins are just boiling.
You hate! And Ambrose raises his hand and thinks about everything in his life that's been horrible.
Alisar begins clutching at his hands and begins, like, grimacing in pain.
As you do that, Ambrose, you all hear a clap of thunder in the distance.
Alisar looks up.
There are no clouds.
Well, we're going to the Underdark Museum.
Or are you still looking?
No, I'll come out.
Okay. Yeah, that is what you see, Donnie. Everyone but Balasar, their hand is on fire.
Ani is very surprised in his head, but he's not gonna He's not gonna show that. He'll just look flat faced.
Where to next? That's probably a good idea. A quick jaunt across the bridge. And so you guys kind of make your way down back to the market and then up past past your inn and across the bridge. You take a right past the very large houses. You see the very tall like lighthouse across the river with a even though it's daytime, the light at the top of it is still very bright.
I'm sorry, I'm back.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Dude, thanks. This is actually a pretty good track. You should put this on loop. Now, for the rest of the session. Yeah. Soon though, after making your way past all these kind of large houses, you do see quite a large kind of rectangular building with there's a very large sign that says the Underdark Museum. You see that it's kind of made of this like really, really dark kind of like looks to be like almost like a granite or marble, but it's like almost like it's almost like completely like black. You see the wood around is quite dark too, and kind of like it has a kind of like a thatch roof that also seems to be almost dyed black too. We see the front doors are open, and there seems to be quite a few people going in and out. Well, this should be fun and educational. William wanted us to talk to the owner, right? Oh. So, as you walk in, you see that there seems to be various kind of like tools on the wall that seem to be made of different looking like woods and stones. You see a bunch of kind of like framed banners. One of them is very familiar to you, Balazar, and it's much larger than the one that you have, and it has no holes in it whatsoever. And as you kind of walk past these, there seems to be some sort of a front desk kind of gate thing, and you see people kind of stop there, talk to the person at the front desk, and then go past these kind of like they're like basically this like full sun curtains that are kind of black that people are kind of like walking through. You see there's seems to be a older dwarf at the front desk.
You have to whisper in this museum. Oh.
You see this kind of group of look to be look to be like humans, kind of like move from the desk past these like black curtains, and you guys are next in line. Oh, hello there. It's
Oh,
1 gold per person, please, to get into the museum.
okay. You accept the golden letter?
The who's a what's a
Oh, never mind. How many people do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here, have 5 gold pieces.
Oh, thank you very much. Are there any questions you have? We do have some people out next to the exhibits that can explain more if you have questions. They'll be dressed in all black, like myself.
We were told, I believe, if I remember correctly, that there's a way into the Underdark here.
Yes, there's uh, certainly a way in through the mines, but I mean it's sealed off.
Ah, I see. Well, sorry, we might have to get you to open that later. Can
I mean,
we just walk in?
Yep. Just keep in mind that everything here is real, and please treat all the artifacts with great respect. They're here because we want to, well, warn everyone about the dangers, and well, for each artifact, there's an average of 3 dead researchers or explorers that gave their lives to bring them back up. So just keep that in mind.
I see. Do you have, we could talk later, but we are researchers of the Underdark. Maybe we could come back after hours for more in-depth.
You'll have to, if you really, really want to know more about, well, just, I guess you are looking to get a little up close and personal.
Yes, but not right now. Not while you're obviously like have customers and so forth. We're also missing a few of our researchers. So
Right. Well, if you come after hours, the owner should be be here then. He doesn't really like to you know, be around the actual customers. He kind of creeps them out, so we kind of keep him away during open
right.
hours. But he
Um,
he
what
knows
is
everything there is to know.
what is his name? Should we meet him?
We just call him Old Gray because we don't really know how to pronounce his name. Honestly.
Um,
Everyone just kind of calls him Old Gray.
um, how could we find him? What does he look like?
Oh, he's about the size of a dwarf, but looks like a gnome. Has dark skin. You know.
Oh, he's yes. Okay.
Okay, since you're researchers, I guess we don't really tell this to just the average customer. It kind of freaks people out, but yeah, the Underdark Museum is owned by a dark gnome who, kind of lives down there. So
Uh, I can see why people might be
yeah, I mean
yes.
it's not like a secret, but we just don't tell it to everyone. So, yeah, after seeing all these exhibits, it kind of like freak out. But nah, he might be weird and a little creepy, but he's our Old Gray.
Yes. Well, thank you for the extra information. And Amber's gonna flick him a gold piece.
Oh,
Um,
I see you speak Dwarvish. Well, enjoy the exhibits.
thank you.
Mm-hmm. And as everyone walks through, you're immediately greeted with what it looks to be like the first kind of major exhibit in kind of like the middle of the room that catches your eye is looks to be almost like taxidermied what what Otto and Balazar know to be drow. They seem to be kind of posed like they are kind of like pushing a like cart filled with like cages that are filled with all kinds of different races of people. And it says, I know, right? It's literally perfect every time.
Oh, that must be
I think that's the drow. And Balazar, seeing these faces kind of brings back some not too pleasant memories of the kind of glances and half faces you saw on that night.
Alistar just kind of
what's
rubs
with the
his eyes.
cages?
Hey! It's the Bone Man!
Hey,
Hello.
I just got home.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I can.
How
Can you
many
take a
hou-
break?
How
you know.
many hours
Yeah.
did I just work? I'm just now wondering because I started at 7 in the morning and it's 9 o'clock at night. How long did I?
Jesus, dude!
How long did I work for?
What
Oh,
time do you
God.
start?
7. 14? Cool. I do the same thing tomorrow. Let's go.
No, that'd
Epic.
be 5. No, yep, 14 hours.
Cool.
All right,
Holy
let's.
shit.
What
This
did
is
I
a
miss?
this is a good place for a break. So let's have our break. We're almost done, anyways. So
Oh. Can you send me the synopsis? I want.
definitely okay. Bye.
Oh no, poor Michael.
I am going to go
He's
get
fucking dying.
applesauce. I'll be back. Oh, can you unpause? Oh, okay. Hi. Ambrose Jorgensen III, are you here? Alright. Balazar is here, he was just talking. Bill
I hear
Bonkers is
I
here.
hear the screams.
Bilious Bonkoid is here. Chester Bonk is here. Donnie McDumbo is here. And Drogos is here.
Rogaz.
Okay.
How do you say that name?
I think
Drogaz?
it's pronounced dragon.
Drigaz?
It's
I
just
think it's
dragon.
Drigaz.
It's just
Drogasm?
dragon. Can you say that again?
You want me to say
Donnie.
drogasm again?
Oh, someone add that to quotes, please. Anyways, so you're all kind of looking at this large kind of display, and you see there is kind of this like golden plaque near the bottom of the glass that says the Drow slave market. Looking around more, you see swords made of kind of these exotic like metals that you see basically there's a whole wall of tools and weapons used by the drow. You see a empty flask that seems to be made of this kind of weird, kind of very flexible kind of wood, but it seems to be what they use as almost like fire goggles. You see, there's a bunch of heavy crossbows. There's a lot of great and war hammers. There's a lot of all of the actual swords and weapons that have long blades. You see that they are like almost like curved like a snake would be on the ground. I forget the actual name of that. Matt, do you know the swords that kind of like they like curve, but like the
Scimitar?
Scimitar.
no, but the like tip ends like parallel with the like handle still, but it's still curved. Yeah, I'm not
A
sure.
falchion? Nope, I'm looking this up.
Yes, but it curves in both directions. Yeah.
A butterfly knife? Or a sword?
I'm looking for it. Yes. Yeah, those.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see the kind of sword you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. You see that they all. It almost looks like a forging defect, but there's a little passage that talks about how these curves almost make it impossible for even magic to heal, as the cut is so like complex and it like almost like tears the flesh as it cuts. It's not that. That's terrifying.
That's a drill bit with
Yeah.
a handle on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
if
that.
you go over, oh, like what? Why? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's like that. Yeah, like that. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. You see, they mostly don't use bows. They use heavy crossbows. And it talks about how there are subgroups that are known to use kinds of like magic, and they also enslave. On the different side of this room, you see different sizes of and shapes of like skulls. Uh, on the left side, it starts with a normal human skull. Then it goes to a normal elf skull, and then a drow skull. You see that the drow skull is more. It's longer horizontally, and you see uh, that the teeth are almost vampire-like in how they grow. You see there are there are Durgar skulls that look almost identical to the dwarven skulls. You see the skull of a very familiar looking skull. It says next to it that is a skull of a Kuatoa, which are known to be in the Underdark as well. You see what looks like almost like a stem of a branch, and it says that this is a uh, a the only part of a a myconids that does not decay. And it says they're also known as fungus men. You see a skull of a rather kind of like almost uh it's like almost human, but it seems almost more uh barbaric, kind of like savage in the way that it's shaped. It almost looks evil. You see that uh this is titled to be the skull of a troglodyte. Um you see that there is a looks to be some sort of gigantic rib cage. It says that this is the rib cage. It's actually the oldest artifact that they have in this museum. It is the rib cage of a ancient beholder. And other than that, the museum seems to be just one kind of large room. There seems to be kind of more tools. There's a bunch of like books that seem to be written in a language called Undercommon, and other just kind of normal things that people that would be living down there would use. Is there anything that anyone would like to ask about? There are a couple of dwarves dressed in this kind of all black that are kind of just like, some of them are cleaning, some of them are talking to other patrons. Or would
What-
anyone else like to look for anything?
Ambrose
Right.
wants to go up to the like nearest dwarf,
Mhm.
robed in black, and ask, "What's the biggest danger in the Underdark?
Oh,
Like common danger, not like."
well, while the Durgar do seem to be basically just dwarves, uh, they are much stronger, though their intelligence is a little lackluster. So they can go into what some would call maybe like a rage, or they get real mad. Uh, of course, there's the famous drow and their deadly swords and their crossbows and their robed magic users. Probably the greatest danger of all of those, either the beholder, which is a multi-eye, almost circular floating abomination, or it could be the even more famous Illithids, or Mind Flayer, as their name translates to in common. Known for hypnotizing and sucking the brain out of anyone who gets too close.
Yes. That's quite new to me, actually. What about environmental hazards? Is there lots of cliffs and things? What's the actual interior look like according to scholars'
Well,
writings?
most of the upper dark, which is the highest part of the cave systems, they're known to be um, comparable to hilly terrain with some uh, flatlands, though there are very few places in the Underdark that actually have plant life. All of them being, fungi in nature. Um, let's see, as you get uh, lower, it becomes more mountainous and dangerous, and that's where you start seeing the great bodies of water uh, that uh, many researchers have been lost in. And then, well, for the so-called deepest dark, well, I'm afraid no one has gone down there and, well, come back up ever, so it's not much known about that.
I see. Um, can you briefly describe the Upper Dark one more time?
Well, it's hilly in nature, but it has its flatlands with villages uh of dark gnomes, and there are some trading posts for drow, and mostly very high walled off cities.
What about pillars? What supports the earth above?
Oh, well, just like in any large cave, there are random pillars of composite, uh, usually some sort of limestone or granite that isn't as easily washed away by water.
Right. Do you
But
know
these,
how big around these get?
well,
And how
they,
numerous?
hmm,
I'm trying to get an idea of the expanse of the Upper Dark.
yes, well, they're, the farther down you go, the more of them there are, uh, I believe. Some of them can be just a couple of feet in diameter, while others can be miles wide.
Ah. And how does one get from the Upper Dark to the Middle Dark?
Yes, the most people just call that the actual Underdark, as most of the famous things from the Underdark do live there, like uh, the Great Drow and Dark Gnome cities. Um, and that's where you can start seeing some bioluminescent fungi and small villages of fungus men.
Right.
Um,
Is
and
there just openings in the earth?
yes,
How does one travel?
they are separated, but there are numerous holes that you can climb down into, and there's tunnels, of course. The easiest ones to travel in are those most traveled.
Um, what about great magics? Is there any places or names
Wow.
that should be avoided or sought?
The Drow are known for their archmages. Um, and like any archmage, they have their own floating cities in these caves. Uh, well, I think if you ever saw one of those, it would already be too late, really. Their magic is quite powerful, it is written. And of course, almost every natural species down there has some sort of innate magical ability. It's not really known why, but uh, maybe if you're that deep down that you need some extra defense than just armored hide and sharp fangs, you know.
All right. That was all I had for questions. I'm
All
not sure
right.
about my compatriots here.
Yes, I'm quite knowledgeable in most things.
Does Balasar see any gas weapon related items in the exhibit?
You do not, no.
Hmm. Belisar is just gonna keep looking around.
Well, I should get back to my cleaning if and if you don't have any more questions. And he kind of looks around at all of you. Then he kind of slowly turns around and goes back to cleaning some of the glass. Is there anything else that you guys would like to look for in this museum? Yeah, there are. It says that kind of describes a beholder. It kind of reminds you of what you saw in Warham, and basically describes that, but much larger and has much more eye stalks that can do even more destruction than a spectator ever could. Hmm. Okay. I'll be back in like 10 seconds.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bill Blancoid, you're late.
We are deducting 10
I'm back.
credits from your grade. Okay.
Oh,
Thank you, Kane. I just had to clear something up with Brian as far as rides go.
all right. Yeah, there's basically nothing you really didn't already know about these creatures, Drogos. Is there anything else anyone would like to look for?
Ambrose thinks of one thing he hates and then one thing he really likes, and then tries to go to the bar
Okay.
just while he's standing.
Okay. As you close your eyes and start thinking of these different things, you start to faintly hear the very oh, that's not it. The very familiar bass line and what? Why is the album playing? Why? No. The very no. Oh well, fine. The very familiar song, and you find yourself in the exact same seat that you were in when you kind of got out of this bar.
I look around. Is anybody in the bar?
Oh yeah, it's packed as always.
I'm going to look for a either Duragon or Drow.
Okay, go ahead and make a investigation check.
Yeah, you're here too.
Mm-hmm. You kind of start to look around, and almost immediately you feel like kind of tug on your like shoulder, and all of a sudden the music kind of like stops. And for everyone else, you've been looking around, and it seems like Ambrose has kind of had his like eyes closed, and just been standing in a corner for about 10 minutes now. And you feel yourself kind of get like tugged, and you see Otto kind of looking up at you. Are you okay, Ambrose?
Yes, I'm fine. I just closed my eyes for a minute. It is not.
Yeah, it's
It
been a
has.
while.
It's
We've
been
we've looked at everything like twice.
okay. Maybe I'm having spaces where I don't remember things because it feels like it's been 3 seconds. I got plenty of sleep.
He did. No, I just woke up early. I saw he was still sleeping.
Um.
Well, I'll leave you to it.
Okay. Um. What were you guys doing then? Just looking around.
Yeah,
Are we done here? Are we done?
we've looked at pretty much everything twice. Some pretty cool things.
We could always come back later and talk to the gray man. Old gray.
Old gray. Okay. So I assume you guys make your way out of the museum and back onto the street. Um where would everyone like to go? It's probably uh it's probably like around like 11 or 12 by now. Like noon. Yeah. But you would imagine probably only an hour or two has passed. Hmm. I think I might go back to the tavern and look through some old notes of mine to see if I wrote about anything about, the Underdark.
Dalasar is just kind of staring ahead, not really paying attention.
Where is Bug and everyone? Yeah, let's head back.
Or we could go to the library and look over stuff there. I'm sure we've missed something. Fungus man. Oh. Well, all right. You guys begin to walk towards the inn, and after probably about a 10-minute walk, you get there and go to your separate rooms. Or not, yeah. Um, yeah. So you see right under the M in the Jackdum River. It is like kind of like it's kind of that like red building on the left side of the road in the first kind of like cluster. She knows, sorry, it's the larger building below that. Yeah. Hmm. Yep. I can mark that on the map too, as if like you're making little marks on it. I can do that later. Because I don't know, would Drogo's kind of write on a map like places he's been? Okay. Cool. All right. I think that's a good stopping place for now. It's a little awkward because we're missing two people. Though, Ambrose, if you would like to go back to the 10th circle, that is something you could do.
Yeah, let's do that.
You you load back in, and
Oh.
and you find yourself kind of standing right where you were. It's the second one. Here. Hold on. You just type. Oh. There you go. That's the right one. Okay. So go ahead and make a investigation check. Again for me. You kind of start to look like through this bar, and you start seeing some more like not exactly private rooms, but they're kind of like sectioned off, and they're kind of surrounded in this kind of red stained glass that you can clearly like see through. It's not like a super private room, but it is like separate from everything else. And through one of the doors, you seem to see quite a large table, and you see that there is a darker looking elf and dwarves in there.
Do they look busy?
They seem to be playing a card game, it looks like.
Is there a space at the table?
Yeah, there's a couple of spaces. It's like a very long kind of table.
Ambrose, sit down.
Alright. Everyone kind of like glares at you as you take a seat, and you see one of the Durgar at the end of the table go, "You want a piece in?"
Oh, if it wouldn't be too much trouble.
Alright. And he deals you they're playing poker. I don't know how poker works.
Me neither.
They deal you that amount of cards. The poker amount of cards. I don't know how poker works, but they're playing poker. I think 5 cards. I don't know how poker works. It doesn't matter.
We should all learn how to play poker.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Basically,
Anyway.
friends
Okay.
a little bit.
Um.
Well, as much as he can.
Yeah. The table's silent for probably about a minute straight, and the Durgar finally kind of looks over and says, "So, what do you want, huh?"
Oh, well, I just saw that you were all, well, I've just learned about the Underdark, you know. I'm going there soon.
You're going to the Underdark.
Yes.
Interesting.
I'm, actually hunting a great beast.
What kind of beast?
Well, don't laugh, but, we're hunting a mind flare.
Well, I would normally say you're, brain food, but seeing as you're in this place, well, you might have a fighting chance.
Yeah. I hope I do. Our little group I'm with is, they're quite the bunch. I think we can take it.
Let's hope so.
It's separate business from what's here, though, so.
So, how'd you start working for the big guy?
Oh. Have you been to Vlunder at all?
Nope.
Well, I was there. This mind flare that we are hunting. It was apparently controlling most of the leadership and guards of Lunder.
As they do.
Yes. We killed it, and it somehow fled us, and it's in the Underdark somewhere. But during my time there, I met a Dimensional Deals, and I got something the Dark Lord wanted, and it all. He gifted me the. He was pleased with my work, I should say. How did you get here?
Hard to get magic in the Underdark.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too sure where magic comes from at all. So.
Well, I entrust that to those above us. I don't much care either, as long as I can, use it for whatever I need.
That's respectable. I didn't mean to interrupt all of your conversation. I just wanted to play a little bit of cards and maybe talk a bit.
Well, my drow friends here don't much like you over here in our little place, so I'd suggest you leave.
Well,
surprisingly, I'm the nicest one at this table.
Well, thank you for your hospitality. And Ambrose gets up. See you later, maybe. If you care to talk.
Hopefully you see me here, not down there.
Ambrose goes over to the bar, gets a drink, and then heads back to reality.
Alright.
Back to reality. Whoops, there goes gravity.
Yeah.
Mom spaghetti.
Oh yeah. Okay. Later, I have some more stuff that you can find out from that I will tell you later. But yeah, pretty much everything I told you before, you now know. But there's still a lot more to that book that you need to read. So, is there anything else anyone wants to do before we end this session? Okay, I will take the dead silence as no. So, with that, you've looked around town a bit, gotten some insider information about the Underdark, but you're all kind of looking forward to meeting the actual owner of the museum later in the day. So, with that, we'll end this part of at the bottom of the mines right here.